Hey gamers, it's Kwing here from Game Nights Entertainment, and it's time for another video review. This time we have Muramasa, the Demon Blade for the Nintendo Wii, brought to you by the same studio that created Odin Sphere for the PS2. Now the story revolves around two characters. Kizusuke is a ninja fugitive trying to uncover his past and atone for his crimes, while the second main character is Momohine, a princess who has been possessed by an evil swordsman, and she must do his vile bidding. The Demon Blade is a 2D side-scrolling action-adventure game with platforming, RPG elements, and lots of content. This game uses very impressive 2D graphics and a very stylized, beautiful look that envies a lot of next-gen games. The game also combines both kabuki drama and Japanese fairy tale into one game. The Demon Blade consists of 30 missions, and the players are able to choose two difficulties at the start of the game. The second one requires you to block and dodge more in order to survive fighting masked ninjas. Players are also able to select a male or female lead for this game, and their stories are actually kind of intertwined. Each one has their own different fighting styles and special abilities. The main concept for this game is to go zone by zone, fighting off waves of enemies, getting new swords, dispelling borders, and defeating the bosses. In order to progress through the chapters, the players must first defeat that chapter's boss. Then you're awarded a sword that can cut through the barrier and unlock the next location for you. The platforming aspect of this game is collecting green souls and lots of jumping. The final aspect of this game is of course the RPG elements, where players can level up, interact with different villagers, buy items, cooking supplies, equip new items and weapons, and of course, forge new weapons. The gameplay is downright fantastic and allows for two ways to play. You can either use the nunchuck or the classic controller. The game is essentially mapped to just 3 buttons, and I will explain the classic layout for you guys. The B button attacks, and you have a variety of options at your fingertips during combat. Tapping the L button will switch your different weapons, and the Y button is used for your special move in this game, and each blade has its own unique ability. The jumping is done by tapping the joystick or pressing the gamepad up, and gamers will also notice a series of platforming elements throughout this game that requires you to jump a lot. Well, I'm gonna get this out of the way right off the bat. This game doesn't have any co-op play at all, which for a game this epic, it leaves one scratching their head in disbelief. I'm serious! This game would have been the best Wii game this year had it had some form of multiplayer. The game also has no online play either, which is kind of a drag, but it's not really that big a deal. Now, I do have some small complaints. Namely, there's no way to mix and match special attacks, or change jumping from the joystick or gamepad to an assigned button, which, if the gameplay is going back to the 2D retro feel, having the jump mechanic as the joystick and not a button makes it really bizarre. Plus, the game is this close to being flawless, but the whole joystick jumping is just downright annoying. Also, I never liked the backtracking element in video games, and wasn't a big fan of that element for Symphony of the Night, Metroid, Dark Legacy, and the rest. It would have been nice to be able to warp to the different places by tapping on the map to make a shortcut instead of having to run all the way through the zones to get to the next one and then the next one. But again, these are small complaints. Well, Muramasa has a boatload of excellent things going for it that makes it a must-own Wii game. First and foremost, the Demon Blade is a visual feast for the eyes, and one of the best-looking games for any next-gen system. The game looks like a living Japanese sumi painting. That is so epic that words can't do it justice. Just look at these many different backgrounds and foregrounds. This is the only plus side to backtracking, because you can't soak in the majestic beauty of this game while fighting off groups of enemies. The detail is just jaw-dropping, to say the least. The music is done by Basascape. 7 different composers lended their talents to create a wondrous symphony for the player's ears. I absolutely love the music for this game. Combine this with the already amazing graphics and you have one heck of an awesome game! The gameplay is really well done, especially for a button masher. I'm really glad that the developers decided not to go with motion controls for this game and go with the more traditional layout, which actually allows for more precise controls for this type of gameplay. The combat is downright epic and gives the players limitless options during battle. You can either do aerial attacks, ground attacks, dodging, blocking, deflecting projectiles back at the enemies, use super moves, and so much more. The possibilities are almost endless. When a sword breaks, you have the ability to switch weapons during the battle. Then when the new sword releases, it creates a devastating attack to your enemies, and sometimes it even annihilates the enemy in one blow. That is sick! I can't remember the most fun that I've had playing a button masher until now. I mean, just the options that are given to us when we're fighting it's mind-boggling if you think about it. I mean, I can't think of a lot of other games that allows for like this much freestyle during combat, and that is a excellent plus. The Demon Blade also allows players to create over 100 different swords in the forging area. This adds another extreme element to this game. And this game is already awesome to begin with, so it just keeps piling on the awesome. Man. Players can also carry items and equip different weapons and armor and stuff like that, but there's also a cooking element where you can buy these supplies and then make better food, just like in Rune Factory, where you would create potions and stuff that was stronger than the stuff you could actually buy. And this is a really cool feature, but there's no motion controls here either. You just press buttons. Aside from the 30 missions in this game, the sheer amount of content is too hard to describe in under 10 minutes, but trust me, Demon Blade will give you a lot for your money. This game has a deep, rich storyline, great voice acting, superb gameplay, RPG elements, challenge stages, 3 difficulties with 1 being unlocked after completing the game. That's epic! Lots of swords, beautiful graphics, excellent music, and offers a ton of replay value. So Game Nights Entertainment gives Muramasa, the Demon Blade, a 9.8 out of 10. Do yourself a favor and pick up a copy of this game. Now keep in mind, I will be doing a more in-depth review for my Season 4 by the end of this month. This game is that awesome, and both K-Wife and myself have a lot more to say about the Demon Blade. Well, that does it for me, gamers. Thanks so much for watching another Game Nights video review. Keep it locked here for more interviews, gameplay videos, trailers, and a lot more as the weeks go on. Also, please keep listening to our radio program every week. This is Kwing saying God bless and happy gaming. Until we meet again, gamers.